So continuing on identification of top 10 access to justice research priorities, at least for the Access to Justice Lab, let's look at number 2 here, triage in the civil context. This goes back to what we were talking about with number 1, about the effectiveness of self-help and the realization that we are never going to have enough resources, or we will never dedicate enough resources to providing a lawyer for everyone who has a civil problem, needs to interact with the justice system, and who can't afford to hire a lawyer. It's just never going to help. What that means is that we are going to have to figure out who among the folks who has a civil problem and can't afford to hire a lawyer is going to get some higher and more expensive form of representation, like an offer of representation from a civil legal services provider, traditional attorney-client relationship, and who among the folks who has a civil legal services problem is going to get a lower level of representation or assistance, like a telephone call, explanatory telephone call, together with a self-help assistance packet, or a lawyer for the day, a referral. Just any of a number of ways in which folks are going to be given services that's not a traditional attorney-client relationship. We have to pick and choose among who it is that's going to get the higher level of service and who again is going to get the lower level of service. There's a lot of debate about whether triage is ethical or what the ethical way to do it is. And quite frankly, in the Access to Justice Lab, we view it differently. We say triage is inevitable in the civil legal system because we're never going to have enough resources. And so we need to figure out how to do it well. We need to figure out how to do it in a way that maximizes our resources. And that turns out to be a very difficult problem. When triage has been studied in emergency room contexts and suicide prevention contexts and battlefield injury contexts, the medical profession in particular has figured out that these are very difficult decisions to make, just in terms of how do you get from here to there? How can you be effective? Then, of course, the ethicists have a lot to say about this also. In the law, we just don't know what the most effective way to do things is. And so that's going to be a major priority for the Access to Justice Lab going forward. We have a couple of different studies focusing on triage in the civil context, intimate partner violence triage study, and a study that we're getting rolling on in Rhode Island in housing. And so this is, again, a major focus for the Access to Justice Lab.